Good evening, everyone. So today we'll be learning about polymorphism in Python, and in among that we'll be learning about function polymorphism and class polymorphism. All right. So before we move on to these two topics, I'll let you know what polymorphism is. Okay. Poly and morphism meaning many forms. Okay. Nothing but a Python has functions, right? So one function will have many forms. Okay. Nothing but one function will perform the task of many other functions. Okay. So firstly, we'll look in function polymorphism. All right. And the function we'll be talking about today is len function, length function. Okay. For string, here see, when we're learning about length function, we are learning it in three platforms. Okay. One is in strings, how do we use it? Next in a tuple, how we are using it. And another is in dictionaries, how are we using it. Okay. Firstly, we will see in string how it is being used. All right. For string, length returns the number of characters. Okay. So if I print hello world over here, how many characters does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 characters, right? So it will return 11 as an output. So just copy it real quick and I'll move my screen so you guys will understand. Okay. Yes. All right. Oh, I guess we have 12 characters here. Yeah. Yeah. Also, the space is being included. Okay. Whatever is written between these double quotes is considered as a value, right? So even the space is considered. So one HELLO space WORLD and exclamation mark makes up 12 characters. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to our code. Yeah. So this is the function of length function in the strings. I hope I'm clear. Next, we have the tuple. Now, in this, it will return the number of values that are present. Okay, not the length of the value. Okay, like this is having 3 values, right? Apple, banana, and cherry. When I run this code, when I run this following code, it should show me 3 as a output. Okay. Okay, I have to make the indentation changes real quick. Yeah. See, told you, right? There are 3 values, apple, banana, and cherry. So, in the output, 3 will be displayed. All right. Next. Any doubts in these two topics? Please let me know if you guys have any doubts in the chat box, okay? Careful here, in the strings, it will display the number of characters that is present. But in tuple, it will display how many values are present, okay? Next type is dictionary. See, what a dictionary is. So if your, suppose, name equals to Ritika, for example, okay? So anything that has a specific name, like name Ritika, age 17, 21, okay? Those things are called as dictionary. As you can see over here, brand Ford, okay? What model is it? It's a Mustang. What year was it made in? 1964. All right. This is called a dictionary. Now, what length function will do in a dictionary is, it will return the number of key or value pairs in the dictionary. Like this is a pair, right? Brand and Ford. Together it is a pair. Model and Mustang. Together it's a pair. Same way, year and 1964. Together it's a pair. Okay, so it should return 3 as the value. Okay, because it is the number of pairs that we have. Just copy it over here. That's a lot of indentation. Okay, give me 1 second. I will sharing my screen over here. Yeah. Over here, as you can see, if I run this code, I get 3 as an output because I told you there is 3 pairs of dictionary. Okay. I hope I'm clear with this one. Any doubts, please let me know in the chat box. So this is how the length function is being used. In the print statement, I have the length of what? Length of this dict. Okay. The name I've given is this DICT, that is short form this dictionary. I'll go back to my presentation. So if you guys have any doubts in these 3 topics, please let me know. Yeah, I hope there is no doubts. We'll move on to class polymorphism. Okay. Now see, here is the thing about this class polymorphism. Just like function polymorphism, the function had different meanings in different types, right? The same way, now a single class will have multiple meanings or multiple forms. Okay, or multiple performances. Okay. See, if we look over the statements here, polymorphism is often used in class methods where you can have multiple classes with the same method name. Okay. For example, we can say we have 3 classes, that is car, boat, and plane, and they all have a method called as move. Okay. So we'll look at that example. Yeah. Now see, I'll zoom in for you guys. Okay. As you can see, firstly, we have created a class called as car. All right. I have also created a class called boat, and I have also created a class called plane. Okay. Now I told you the classes contain objects and objects contain method. Okay. So what is the first step of doing it? Firstly, we have to define a class. All right. And inside it, we have to define a object. Okay. And inside object, we have to tell or we have to show that it contains methods. Okay. That have different names. All right. So firstly, what we have done so far is we have created a class called as car. Okay. Let's just talk about car for now. Okay. This part we'll talk about only. Okay. And inside it, there is init function. That stands for initializing function. All right. So inside that, I told you 1 will be the name of the object and 2 will be the variables. All right. So inside the bracket, along with the initializing function, I have self, that is an object. Okay. And brand and model are variables that are part of self. Okay. That is why in the third line, I have self dot brand. Okay. Self is an object and brand is a variable present in self. Okay. What it is indicating? It is indicating a brand. Same way, model is a part of self. What it is showing? That it is a model. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see that there is one more object that is being created. That is, no, there is one more function that is being created, that is move. Okay. That move function has a object called as self. All right. And we are going to print drive. All right. The same way, you can see that class is there. Okay. Initialization is done. Object is being made. Brand and model is over there. And move is again the same. Okay. I told you that in class polymorphism, they all have different classes. We have 3 classes, car, boat, and plane, and they all have a same method called as move. That you can see over here. Move is present here. Move is here. And move is here. Okay. Now, what we want to do is, now I am going to give values to my function. Okay. Along with the brand, I want to display Ford because I want to put Ford in the as a value inside my brand. Okay. And Mustang as a value inside my, what is it, model. All right. Same way with boat and Touring 20, plane, same way. Okay. Here, create car class, hash create a boat class. These are comment lines. Okay, they will not be displayed. Neither are they a part of your code. Okay. Next, we're going to use a for loop. Why are we using a for loop? We don't have to iterate anything, right? Then why are we using a for loop? See, I told you one of the functions of for loop is that it will go through all the variables present inside that object, isn't it? Now, for example, X is our object. Huh? Now, we have car 1, boat 1 and plane 1 as our variables or the data that we have. Okay. Now, I told you for will go through all the data that is present in the object. Okay. So, only when all the variables or all the data present in an object is gone through, only then it will be displayed. Okay, if there is a variable that is not being explored, how will it be displayed on the screen? Isn't it? Okay, then we are going to simply call a move function over here. Okay, I'll quickly move screens and I'll show you guys how it is done. Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, over here. Okay. If I run it, see, I told you, right? We are going to call move over here. That is why only the print part that is a part of move is being displayed. Look over here on the left hand side in the code part, only the print present inside the move is being displayed. Okay. These are not car 1, the Ford, Mustang. They are not being displayed over here. Only because we have called the move function. Okay. Yeah. Is there any doubts? Please let me know if you guys have any doubts. Okay. Go through this code over here and see if you guys have any doubts. Okay, I guess there's no doubts. Now, we'll move on to the brand and model is not being printed in the output. Okay, now if you want to print brand and model, you have to write like x dot car 1. Okay, you can write that x dot like this. Okay. You have to write it like this and it will be displayed. Yeah. All right. We'll move on to the last topic. That is inheritance class polymorphism. Okay. Now, we know what an inheritance is, right? It it displays a relationship between parent and a child. Okay. In normal cases, if we have two classes, suppose. Okay, we have one main class and the other is the subclass. All right. Now our main class is our parent class and there is a subclass that is our child class. All right. Now what can happen is the child class can have access to all the methods, all the functions of the parent class. Okay. But the parent class cannot have the functions or methods of the child class. All right. Suppose there is a parent class A and there is a child class B. Okay. Now inside the child class B, I have a method called as length. Okay. I have a function called as length. Now my main parent class A cannot call that function inside its class. All right. But the vice versa is possible. That is, if that length function is present in the parent class A, the child class can call that function inside its class and the code will run smoothly. Okay. Just like how children get things from their parents, right? But parents don't take anything from the children. They can't take anything from them. Okay. The same way, the parent class cannot take anything in the sense any methods or functions or variables from the child class. Only the child class can have an access to the parent class. All right. I hope I'm clear with that. Now, as for the example over here, in this example, I have my parent class as vehicle. Okay. And there are 3 subclasses. Not necessary that I can only have 1, 2 or 3 classes. I can have n number of classes. I mean subclasses. All right. There's only one main class and there are few subclass. Okay. Now, in this particular example, I have my parent class as vehicle. Okay. The same way, initialization is done. Self is the object that is being created. Brand and model are the variables. DEF move of self. That is clear. It is the move function that is being used over here. And then we are going to print move and exclamation mark. Okay. Now, we have class car vehicle. And inside that, we have pass. Okay. Now, what this says is that there is a subclass called as car. That is a part of main class called as vehicle. But we are not having any methods inside this class. So I am going to pass it over to the next class. Okay. So next class is boat. That is a part of vehicle class. All right. See, move function doesn't necessarily mean we have to move a value somewhere. Okay, it is just a function that helps you to store what can it have? Store methods, you can say, or store these statements. Okay, it's not moving its value anywhere. Or you can say that if you want it in that way, you can say that it is moving its value inside the object that is being created here. Okay, it is moving its value in the X. Okay, the values will be moved from these classes to the object. All right, the same way Plane is being defined over here. And then in the for loop over here, for X in car 1, boat 1 in plane, print X dot brand, print X dot model, also X dot move. Okay. Now, somebody asked me before, can X dot brand be used? Yes, it can be used in this way. All right. I'll just switch the screens. Till that, go through this example once again. I'll minimize it a little so the whole thing is visible. Yeah, it's always the copy of data that moves to the object. Okay, it's not the whole value that is being moved. The copy of data is moved to the object. Yeah, I'll move my screen right now. Yeah, over here. Okay, now if you look at the example, we have a parent class as vehicle, and the remaining are same as we had defined in the previous example. We also have the move function over here. Then there is class car, that is a part of vehicle. I told you I don't want to print anything regarding this. Okay, I don't want anything to be a part of this car class. I want it to be void, empty. So I'll pass it to the next class, that is boat. That is a part of vehicle, but I want to add some data inside this class, so I'm not going to use pass over here. I've used move function. Then after that, we are going to the plane class. The same way, we have given some data inside over there. And then we have a car 1, boat 1, plane 1 values, inside which the brand is Ford, Ibiza, Boeing, and the model is Mustang Touring 20 and 747. All right. Now, what I want to be displayed is I want the brand names to be displayed. I also want the model names to be displayed. Along with that, I want whatever is a part of my move to be displayed. Okay. But I want it separate for car 1. Firstly, for the car 1, I want to print brand, model, and move of the car 1. Then I want it of the boat, and then I want it of the plane. Okay. So that's how we are going to use the for loop here to display it in that manner. As you can see, on the right side, I have my output. Here, Ford is the brand, Mustang, and move. These three lines are regarding car. Okay. X dot brand, X dot model. Yes, you can add car 2, car 3, car 4. Okay, any data you can add. But be careful how many ever numbers you are adding. Car 1, car 2, car 3. Be careful that you have to add it over here also in the for loop. Okay, only then it will be considered. If you just write the statement over here and don't call it in the for loop, it will not recognize it. Okay. Yeah. You can also have brand model. Along with that, you can also have one more variable over here. Not only two variables, if you are curious about that as well. Yeah. See, then the data regarding car is done first of all. Then the data regarding boats is done. And lastly, the data regarding planes is done. Okay, I'll add another car. What can I add? Let us type in ABC. ACA. Okay. I'll call. Okay, I'll run it. It will take a while to run. Yes. Okay. I don't know if it's visible over here. Yeah, as you can see, ABC and BCA is being displayed. Okay, can you see it? Right. The same way you're supposed to do it. All right. Okay. Yeah. I hope everyone is clear. Now, if you don't want this move to be displayed, right? You want something else to be displayed, what you can do is simply go over here and add another print statement. Well, right. ADD. I don't know. Anything. See? It will take both of its value. You can have multiple printing statements. You can have multiple car 1, car 2, car 3 models. All right. You just have to be careful that whenever you're defining that particular function, you have to call it somewhere. Okay. If you just write down the statement and you don't call that function anywhere or call that statement anywhere, it's not going to display anything. Okay. It's like preparing food and not eating it. That's as simple as it is. Okay. Yeah. Go through this code once again and let me know. Okay, can you use common loop such that it's applicable for all data, or declaration in loop is compulsory? Okay, common loop in the sense what? Like, okay. See, if you don't declare inside your loop, you don't know where that X should go, right? You're telling your X to go somewhere. For X in data to print all values. All right. Yeah, that might be possible. Yeah, that is possible. Yeah, that can be possible. Yeah, just try it. Try it once, and if I get the correct answer, I'll show it to you guys in tomorrow's class for sure. Right, I'll try it. Yeah, do that. And if you have any doubt regarding doing that, just let me know, okay? In the next class, or you can message me. I'll tell you the answer for that. Okay? Yes. Any other doubts? Okay. No doubts here, not here. Okay. All right. Yes, that's it for today's class. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.